Have any of you ever thought about whether it would be nice if dogs could communicate with people? I even had the thought that it would be great to have a machine that translates dog thoughts. But did you know that dogs are always expressing their thoughts to their owners? It's not through words, but through their actions. So if you carefully observe your dog's behavior, you can understand their mood and emotional state. I too learned about dog language, and I was surprised to realize that I had misunderstood many behaviors and emotional expressions while raising dogs. I felt sorry once again. That's why today, if you're raising a dog, I've prepared 8 essential dog language cues that you should know. On yawning. Have you ever noticed your dog yawning, especially when scolding them? Our dog often yawns when I scold him for misbehavior. I used to think that when I scolded the dog, it yawned because it was tired of hearing me and ignored me. But I realized it's a signal to calm down. It's also a behavior that helps alleviate stress, anxiety, or discomfort. Yawning is a way for them to communicate that they have no intention of fighting when other dogs are being confrontational. I used to misunderstand this behavior and feel bad for ignoring it, but now I know better. So even if your dog yawns when scolded, remember that they are trying to communicate and understand you. Of course, sometimes dogs yawn when they're tired or bored. You can distinguish this from stress yawning when there's no discomfort. If they yawn out of boredom, take some time to go for a walk or play with them using toys. 2. Head tilting. Have you ever seen a dog tilt its head from side to side as if it doesn't understand when you're talking to them? Our dog at home does this when watching TV, and it's so cute. I used to think that this behavior meant they couldn't understand human speech or the situation, but it actually means I'm focusing. Dr. Nicholas Dodman, a professor of veterinary medicine and animal behavior at Tufts University, says that when a dog tilts its head, it's trying to understand something better. Dogs are very intelligent animals, and if they find human speech confusing or strange, they tilt their heads in response. So when they hear sounds they don't quite understand while watching TV or during a video call, they often tilt their heads. 3. Nose licking. Have you ever seen your dog lick their nose while taking a bath, with their tongue flicking out? I used to think it was because water touched their nose, or they could smell the shampoo, but it turns out this behavior is a way for them to calm down and tell themselves it's okay. Just like how humans might bite their nails when they're nervous, dogs lick their noses to relieve stress. So when they encounter unfamiliar people or new places and feel anxious and uncomfortable, they start licking their noses. It's a sign that the current situation is not to their liking, and they want to get out of it as soon as possible. For example, dogs often lick their noses a lot when they visit the vet's office. Next time you go, observe closely. During these moments, dogs may also yawn and lick their noses in succession, indicating how stressed they are. In the future, if you see your canine companion suddenly licking their nose, take a look around and try to identify the source of stress. Remove it if possible, or get them out of an uncomfortable place. Also, comforting them with gentle petting can help them relax. 4. Play bow. When we mimic tossing a toy to a dog, you may often see the dog lower its front legs and head. This behavior is called the play bow. When a dog assumes the play bow position, it's a signal that says, "Let's play together." When sending this signal, dogs are filled with great joy and excitement. An interesting point to note is that there's an agreed-upon rule among dogs when one of them assumes the play bow position. The dog who takes this stance first plays the role of running away, and the observing dog takes on the role of chasing. If your dog takes the play bow position in front of you, you've been invited to play the game. By following the dog's rules and taking on the role of chasing, your dogs will be extremely happy. 5. Face licking. Have you ever had your dog wake you up in the morning by licking your face? Our dog at home does this every morning, coming to my side and licking my face, without any restraint, which often jolts me awake. I used to think this behavior meant, "Let's wake up and play," but I've come to learn that it's actually a signal that says, "I'm hungry." The origins of this behavior trace back to when dogs lived in the wild. Mother dogs used to regurgitate food from their stomachs and share it with the puppies. During this process, the puppies would lick the mother's lips to express their hunger. This habit has persisted, and today they lick their owners' faces to convey hunger. So if your dog wakes you up by licking your face in the morning, it's time to prepare their meal promptly. However, there may be instances where a dog licks your face even if they have already eaten and are not hungry. In such cases, it's a display of affection and submission. So please shower your dog with love and make them feel beautiful. 6. Body shaking. Have you ever seen your dog suddenly start shaking for no apparent reason? Dogs shaking their bodies for no apparent reason is a behavior used to relieve built-up stress. According to Lauren Novak, a professional dog behavior consultant and animal trainer in the United States, body shaking can be a sign of stress. Just like people take deep breaths to relieve stress, dogs may shake their bodies to release tension and alleviate stress. You can often notice this behavior when a dog encounters a stranger, visits an unfamiliar place, feels uncomfortable in a certain position for a prolonged period, or becomes frightened. However, there are cases where dogs may shake due to moisture on their bodies or foreign objects in their ears. It's essential to check your dog's physical condition, and if body shaking occurs for no apparent reason, it might be due to accumulated stress. In such cases, try to identify and eliminate the source of stress or take your dog for a walk to help alleviate the stress. 7. Turning away. Have you ever noticed that your dog turns its head or sits with its back towards you whenever you're around? Every time this happens, you might wonder if your dog is upset with you. But don't feel bad. This behavior actually means I trust you. According to the Dog Psychology Encyclopedia, turning their back or head signifies trust in their owner. In the wild, when dogs lived in groups, they would show their unprotected backs to each other to guard against sudden attacks from enemies. This behavior has evolved over time, and now dogs show their backs to those they trust. This is why dogs often sleep with their backs turned or lie down with their backs towards you even when they're right in front of you. However, if you face them directly and speak or get too close to their face, they might turn their head or back away. This means, I'm feeling overwhelmed, please calm down. So it's a reminder not to be too intrusive. 8. Showing the belly. Have you ever returned home to find your dog excitedly greeting you and then rolling over to show its belly? Showing the belly means I like you. It's a sign that they recognize you as their protector and are expressing feelings of happiness and security. By exposing their belly, the most vulnerable part, dogs are also expressing submission. It's said that dogs feel happier when a hierarchy is established. So when they show their belly while sleeping, it means they're content and trust you, firmly believing that you will protect and take care of them. So, if your dog shows its belly, take it as a confession of their trust and affection. Please accept this gesture and give them lots of belly rubs. Today, I've shared 8 important dog languages that every dog owner should be aware of. Have you noticed your pet dog exhibiting any of these behaviors? Those who have watched this video to the end will be able to precisely understand the thoughts and emotions of your dog. Recognizing these behaviors will make your dog seem even more lovable, and you'll experience more joy together. Stay tuned for more vital and useful information to enhance your life with your pets. Make sure to subscribe so you won't miss any of our videos. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.